Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. In a bowl, crack 1 egg. Add 7 fluid ounces or 200 milliliters of light cream. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Whisk thoroughly until the mixture is smooth and combined. This forms a rich, savory base that gives the dish its truly irresistible flavor. Friends, I always enjoy knowing where you're from. Please share your city and country, and if you're in the US, let me know your state. Next, chop 1 onion. As you chop, imagine the scent that will soon fill your kitchen. It is the smell of comfort coming alive. There is nothing quite like the aroma of onions cooking to make a house feel like a warm and welcoming home, reminding us of family dinners from our childhood. If you have any questions about the recipe, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments, and I'll reply as soon as I can. Now, pour olive oil into a pan. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated. It's the best way to support me. Add the onion to the pan. Stir well to coat the onion. Grate 1 carrot on a coarse grater. Carrots bring a lovely natural sweetness that balances the dish perfectly. They are also rich in vitamins, adding a healthy boost to this comforting meal. Friends, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more recipes like this. Add the carrot to the pan as well. Sauté the vegetables until they are soft and tender. This creates a rich, aromatic base for the filling. Then add 1 pound or 450 grams of ground meat to the sautéed vegetables. You can use beef, pork, or a mix. Cook the meat, actively breaking up any lumps with a spatula until it changes color and is no longer raw. Next, dice 1 red bell pepper into small cubes. Red peppers are not just beautiful and colorful. They are packed with essential vitamins that boost our immune system. Adding fresh vegetables like this ensures you are feeding your body something good while enjoying a truly delicious meal. Add it to the pan. Stir well. Now, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Stir well and let the filling simmer for a few minutes. Grate 2 garlic cloves on a mini grater. That unmistakable aroma instantly fills the room, making the kitchen feel warm and cozy. It really brings back memories of hearty family dinners. Add them to the meat. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano. Mix everything thoroughly to combine the flavors. The meat mixture is now rich, aromatic, and ready for the baking dish. Once the filling is cooked, remove the pan from the heat. Then, slice 2 pounds or 1 kilogram of potatoes into very thin slices. Take your time with this step. The slices should be as thin as possible for even baking. Preparing ingredients. By hand like this is such a grounding process, reminding us of the care and love that always went into the meals our mothers made for us. Now, grease a baking dish with oil. Use a kitchen brush to spread it evenly across the bottom and sides. Lay out the first layer using half of the sliced potatoes. Arrange them carefully so they slightly overlap to cover the bottom. This creates a solid foundation for the tasty layers to come. Sprinkle 1 teaspoon of salt over them. Add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Spread the meat and vegetable mixture evenly on top. Cover the filling with the remaining half of the potatoes in an even layer. Ensure the meat layer is completely hidden under the potatoes. This helps the casserole bake evenly and keeps all those delicious juices trapped inside. Now, evenly pour the creamy egg sauce over the entire casserole. Make sure the sauce soaks between the potato slices. Cover the dish tightly with foil. Place the dish in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Bake for 50 to 60 minutes. When the casserole is fully baked, remove it from the oven. Carefully remove the foil. Grate 5 ounces or 150 grams of Gouda cheese. Gouda is perfect here because of its smooth, creamy texture when melted. It adds a rich, buttery flavor that pairs so well with the potatoes. Transfer the grated cheese into a bowl. Add 1 ounce or 30 grams of breadcrumbs to the cheese. Mix them together well. Sprinkle this mixture evenly over the hot casserole. Spread it out so that every inch is covered with this savory topping. Then grate 2 ounces or 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. Parmesan adds a wonderful nutty sharpness to the dish. It brings a depth of flavor that really elevates the simple ingredients. Sprinkle the grated Parmesan cheese over the layer of Gouda and breadcrumbs. Distribute it evenly across the surface to ensure perfect melting. This final touch ensures you get a delicious, crispy cheese crust that looks as good as it tastes. Return to the oven and bake for another 10 to 15 minutes. Take the casserole out of the oven. Let it rest for a few minutes to set. Slice it into generous pieces. You can feel the crunch as the knife glides through the crust. Just look at that beautiful golden color and the rich texture. It looks absolutely mouth-watering. Place it on a plate. You can see how the tender potatoes and savory meat are perfectly layered, soaking in that creamy sauce to stay incredibly juicy. This is a truly satisfying meal that instantly warms the soul. A delicious dinner that brings real comfort to the table. Thank you for cooking with me today, but don't go just yet. There's another cozy and tasty recipe I'd love to share with you. To get started, crack 4 eggs into a mixing bowl. There is something so comforting about this sound. The start of a meal always begins with something simple. It creates that rich, creamy texture. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of pepper. 1 teaspoon of oregano. Whip the ingredients together until the mixture is airy and smooth. The scent of oregano is wonderful. It fills the kitchen with a warm, savory aroma that instantly feels like home. Now, to make the mixture rich and creamy, pour in 1 cup or 200 milliliters of cream. Then add 1 cup or 240 milliliters of milk. Add half a cup or 60 grams of flour. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Beat the batter steadily until it is completely smooth. We want a silky consistency that coats the back of a spoon perfectly. Now, fill a large pot with water. Add a generous pinch of salt, stir the water. Once the water is boiling, add 8 ounces, or 250 grams of farfalle. These butterfly shapes are perfect for this dish. Cook until the pasta is just tender. Then heat a little olive oil in a pan over medium heat. Let it warm gently until it shimmers across the bottom. Finely chop 1 white onion. Make sure the pieces are small and uniform so they cook evenly. This simple ingredient transforms as it cooks, releasing a sweetness that forms the soul of this comfort dish. Add it to the pan. Sauté until it becomes soft and clear. The smell of cooking onions is the universal sign that a delicious dinner is on the way. Next, grate 2 garlic cloves using a mini grater. This helps release the essential oils immediately, creating a much stronger aroma than chopping. Garlic is well known for its immune-boosting properties and adds a deep, savory richness that is essential for a hearty meal. It is a small ingredient that makes a huge difference in both flavor and health benefits. Toss the garlic in with the onions. Let it cook for just a minute to release that incredible savory aroma. Now, place 1 pound or about 450 grams of ground beef in with the aromatics. Use a spoon to break up the meat into small pieces so it cooks evenly. This is the heart of the dish. Ground beef makes the meal satisfying and filling for the whole family. Cook for 10 to 15 minutes, stirring from time to time until the meat is nicely browned. Then, drain the pasta and put it into a large mixing bowl. Once the beef is ready, season it with 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of black pepper. One teaspoon of oregano. Stir thoroughly to ensure the meat is flavorful. Remove the pan from the heat. Transfer the beef into the bowl with the pasta. Toss everything together. This comforting aroma instantly takes me back to cozy family dinners. Let's add 1 cup or 200 milliliters of tomato sauce. Mix well to coat the pasta and meat evenly. The sauce brings a bright, tangy flavor that ties the savory beef and tender pasta together perfectly. Now, grate 4 ounces or 120 grams of Parmesan cheese. It brings a sharp, nutty flavor that makes the pasta taste incredible. Add it to the bowl. Stir everything until the cheese is well blended. It acts as a savory binder, holding the meat and pasta together. Lightly oil a baking dish. Pour the pasta mixture inside. Smooth the top to make it even. Building a solid layer now ensures that every slice comes out perfect. Meanwhile, let's prepare the vegetables. Slice 1 zucchini into thin rings. The fresh green color always reminds me of summer days in my grandmother's garden, picking vegetables for a healthy family lunch. It is also incredibly light and full of fiber, making this hearty dish feel wholesome and balanced. Now, stack the slices and cut them into thin strips. Cutting them this way ensures they cook through perfectly without becoming too soft. Put the strips into a small bowl. Season with salt. Toss well using your hands to coat them evenly. Let them rest for a few minutes. This helps release excess moisture, ensuring the casserole doesn't get watery. Then, warm a splash of olive oil in a frying pan over medium heat. Finally, chop 1 red onion. The vibrant color makes the dish look so appetizing and fresh. Red onions become wonderfully sweet when cooked, adding a rich flavor layer that everyone loves. Add it to the pan. Listen to that satisfying sizzle. It is the sound of flavor coming to life. Dice 1 red bell pepper. This vegetable is a powerhouse of vitamins and adds a lovely natural sweetness to the dish. Add it to the pan. Stir it gently. The bright red color instantly makes the frying pan look festive and appetizing. Now, slice 7 ounces or 200 grams of mushrooms. The earthy aroma instantly takes me back to my childhood kitchen. It reminds me of those cozy evenings when the smell of a hearty meal brought the whole family together. Add them to the pan as well. Stir well and let the vegetables cook for a few minutes until they soften. Then, firmly squeeze the zucchini strips to remove the excess moisture. Add the squeezed zucchini to the pan. Dice 1 ripe tomato. Mix it into the pan. This creates a light sauce that keeps the filling moist and flavorful. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of pepper. One teaspoon of oregano. Simmer the mixture for about 10 minutes. The vegetables should be tender and smell absolutely divine. Next, spoon the vegetable mixture over the pasta layer in your baking dish. Spread it evenly so every bite is packed with flavor. The beautiful blend of bright colors makes this layer look like a vibrant vegetable patch right in your kitchen. Then, slowly pour the egg batter we made earlier over the entire dish. This is the key step. It will soak into the layers and bind everything together. To finish, shred 7 ounces or 200 grams of cheddar cheese. Scatter a thick layer over the surface. This creates a delicious golden crust that keeps the pasta underneath moist and tender. Place the dish into an oven preheated to 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Bake for 30 minutes. You want to see the cheese bubbling and turning a deep golden brown. Now is the perfect time to mince a bunch of fresh parsley. This herb is the perfect finishing touch. The fresh, peppery scent cuts through the richness of the cheese and meat. It is also packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, making the dish look vibrant and healthy. When the 30 minutes are up, remove the casserole from the oven. Just look at that golden color. The cheese is bubbling perfectly, and the kitchen smells amazing. Cut a hearty slice while it is still warm. Serve it on a plate. Finally, sprinkle the fresh parsley over the top. The pop of green makes it look irresistible. This dish is pure comfort food. The tender pasta, savory beef, and creamy cheese create a flavor combination that everyone will love. It is the perfect meal to bring the family together for a cozy, delicious dinner. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking!